You ever notice how guys think about marriage so differently than their spouses, their wives? It's like guys have a different score system on how marriage works and how you're scoring points, how you're getting points in your marriage than their spouses do. And that's what we want to look at today. Look at the differences and how we score things and see if we can get a better understanding what's the right scoring system to use for your marriage. Hi, I'm Brett, your favorite shrink, and welcome to My 5 Minds. This is where you're going to learn a user's manual for your brain. You're going to learn how your brain works and how you can take advantage of those different functions and features of your own brain to get the best out of your own life. Today, particularly, we're going to talk about how men's brains work differently than women's brains. All right? Now, Mikkel is a patient of mine. He comes in the office, and I start off the way I always start off sessions. I start off and I ask Mikkel, "So how's your week been, Mikkel? What's going on? Tell me where things are." He says, with a big grin on his face, a big smile, "Hey, it's been a really good week." Now, I never care when people tell me it's a good week. I know, it sounds awful, right? But my next follow-up question is really what I care about. Tell me why, Mikkel. Why'd you have a good week? What made this a good week for you? Because that's where I'm going to get more answers. If you're just having a good week because nothing went wrong and everything went the way you thought it should go, that's not a good week. Because you didn't do anything. But if you had a good week because everything went wrong and you used all your tools to get yourself, to keep yourself on course and make it work, that is a good week to me. So I asked Mikkel, why was it a good week this week? What happened? And his answer was, hey, we didn't have any conflicts. My wife and I, there was no arguments, there was no fights. We were able to talk about things, we were able to discuss stuff, and nothing got sideways, nothing got complicated, nothing got negative. Good answer? Bad answer? To me, that was a bad answer. Because Mikkel's thinking is off. What he thinks makes a good week is that there were no conflicts. There was no problems that week. That's not what makes a good week. That's not what makes a good marriage and relationship. Think about it this way. Guys are operating from Leo, their left neocortex. Logic, reason, they want to make everything kind of plans and work out those plans. And if that's happening, it's a good week. It's a good week. But women don't operate from that same brain, right? As men do. Women operate more from the limbic system. The limbic system is our emotional brain. Feelings, love, connection, closeness, intimacy, all of those things is what makes a successful marriage to a woman. Now, one more thing will make a successful relation to a guy, and that's B, the base brain. If he's sexually satisfied, if he's getting his sexual needs and desires met, that's a good week. We're working with 2, maybe 3 different brains, and we're not even on the same page. And that's not going to work for us. So my job is to help Mikkel understand what's happening and what he's doing, how it's not going to work. So being a guy, I thought the best way to help Mikkel understand what was happening was to use a sports example. Guys love sports. I'm not a big sportsy guy in the sense of I like to sit down and watch sports because it sounds boring. I like to play sports, do things, be active, watching, all right. But Mikkel, big sports guy, big football fan, major football fan. So I say to Mikkel, how do we score in football? What do you have to do to actually make points in a football game? And the answer to him is obvious. You got to get through the end zone. Once you get through the end zone with the ball, key technicality, then you've scored points. And I said, well, I want you to imagine that your marriage is like a football game, but you and your wife are scoring things completely differently. For you, you think a successful marriage, a successful week, the way you score points is based on yardage. The number of conversations that you have with your spouse, the amount of things that you guys can talk about is how you score points. But here's the key difference. It's actually taking away points if you go through the end zone. Meaning that if the conversation gets emotional, if there's hurt feelings, negative feelings, sad feelings, upset feelings of any kind, if he's crossed that line, then he actually loses points in his mind. So the name of the game for him in marriage, make as much yardage, talk about as many things and as much as you can with your spouse, because that creates a good relationship. But if it gets sideways, if it gets emotional, if you cross that line, then you've actually lost points. Think about it. His wife sees it exactly the opposite. It doesn't matter how much yardage you do. It doesn't matter how much you talk about throughout the day. What matters to his wife is that you get past the end zone line. That you're able to talk about hard things, feelings, good, bad feelings. It almost doesn't even matter. If you're able to talk about feelings, that to a woman is where connection is made. If he can get into the emotional mind, into what I call Emma, if he can allow himself to tap into his wife's emotional mind, he just scored some major points. And that's not the way he's seeing it at all. He's seeing it from he's seeing it from Leo, where he's trying to stay away from the emotional mind. The logical mind doesn't want to have anything to do with emotions. And if he's able to stay away from emotions, maybe come right up to the edge of them and back away, he's scored points. So by breaking it down and helping him begin to understand in a metaphor that he could use, he could begin to see where he's off base. He's losing the game, even though in his mind he's thinking he's the number one husband of the year because he's talking to his wife. Yeah, he's talking to his wife about the kids, about schedules, about his day, about her day, whatever, about all the trivial things in life. But he's not talking to her about the important things. And so he's really not scoring points. So here's his homework assignment. Here is your homework assignment. What I had him do, Mikkel do, is I had him do an exercise called What I Appreciate About You and What I Resent About You. And the way the game is played is that each person in the relationship shares. They share one thing that they appreciate about that person, and one thing they resent about that person. One thing that frustrated them, disappointed them, hurt them, irritated them, saddened them. And then let it go. You don't need to go on about it. You don't need to beat it to death. You don't need to drag it out. But you do need to cross that end zone line. You do need to talk about something meaningful and significant. If a couple can talk about meaningful and significant things in their lives, if they can talk about the hard things, if they can talk about the emotional things in their lives, they're going to have a great relationship. If they can't, if they always are avoiding all of that kind of stuff, the relationship's going to remain superficial. So see if you can try that this week. Share with your spouse something that you love about them, something you appreciate about them, something that's amazing about them. And then share with them something that's bothered you, hurt you, upset you. Don't go on about it. Don't drag it out. Just make your point. Share your information. And then let it go. Get across that end zone. Now, if you like this video, I want you to like this video. If you have any thoughts or comments, make some thoughts and comments down below. If you want to learn more about how your brain works, how your life works, subscribe. I'm Brett, your favorite shrink. This is My 5 Minds. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.